Salut mon ami! Hola che, come stan? Ciao ragazzi and g'day everyone. International, that was my international salutations to everyone. Why? Because we're about to do an international mate talk. Mind you, I kept myself within the Latin sort of languages. I didn't venture too far out so I can hopefully pronounce everything correctly. 10th of October is the date that we've put down. I'd love you guys to join me. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be a mate talk where we have a chance to connect with one another. What's it gonna be about? Let me share with you, but today's episode's all about the things that are sort of gearing up for this live mate talk that I'm gonna be doing. Firstly, sorry, itchy nose. Firstly, this handsome young man here, Sam, he sent me a video. Now I've invited subscribers to send me a review of your favorite fragrance. I mentioned that I would love to know what fragrances you have in your collection that you'd like to share with me and the community. Sam sent this video, I put it on my Instagram page. This young man here, Jason, a local Aussie boy, also sent me a video. And this is Luke. Luke is my French teacher. He helps me with the correct pronunciation of the French language, which I love to butcher. So Luke actually also created a video, and I'm going to be sharing that in the next few days. I invite you guys, share with me, do a review on your favorite fragrance. Send it to me. It doesn't have to be complex. You don't have to break down notes. You don't have to, just why do you love it? Maybe that was your fragrance that you chose for your wedding or it reminds you of something. More than enough. It's really about seeing what's in your collection and then sharing with me. Now, why do you want to do this? Let me tell you. First, let me just have a little bit of mate. Notice my new mate holder? Look at this baby. Ooh, which I'm dripping everywhere. This is, so my cousin, she is, she's an incredible artist. And she started a new business which is called Matecito Cheto. And she's creating these, excuse me, sorry, this mate is calling my name. She's creating these really bougie mate holders. Normally, it's either ceramic or wood. They're very functional, whereas here, it's it's hand blown, she's etched into it, so you can write your own, if you want to write something special. So these are really classy. It's a classy mate holder. So if you're into mate, this is something quite bougie. What I'm doing is, and if you can have a look at the video, she's created, I've asked her to create, International Mate Talk 2022. So this is to commemorate the upcoming mate talk that we're gonna have. And on the back, you'll see that it has the niche fragrance collector and it has 1 of 5. So number 1 is mine. Sorry guys, but there are 4 to be won. So if you create your video like these fine men have done, or these fine young men have done, that sounded weird, but these individuals have done, then you will go into the draw. During our live mate talk, it'll be a raffle essentially. We'll pull out lucky names out of a hat and 4 individuals will have a chance to win an exclusive, and if you're a collector like some nerdy people that I know, then yeah, I'm only creating 5 of these to commemorate International Mate Talk. All you have to do, create a video, keep it under 60 seconds, tell me why you love that perfume, and that's it. And I'll go ahead and post it. Ideally, I want to see your face, so let me just put it out there. So don't be tempted to just film your bottles. To qualify authentically, we want to see who you are. I want to see who you are. So yeah, just even if you go, hi, my name is such and such, this is my bottle, and then boom, and then you just sort of show, I don't have a problem with that. So you don't have to be constantly on camera if you prefer not to be. But we do have to see who you are. We want to see, I want to see who you are. All right, let me move forward. So in order to, how do you join International Mate Talk? Have a look at this. This is the page. So I've created a page on my website. You can register for it. There are $0, so it doesn't cost anything. You do need to put your email address. So by having your email address, I'll be notified. I'll create I guess the list. I'll send out your link, which will be done through Zoom. So the whole Mate Talk will be done through Zoom. Ideally, I would love for you to keep your camera on, but that is completely optional. The reason why I'm saying that is I will be filming from my end. I do want to create an episode of this. I want to commemorate this live Mate talk. I will be filming from my end and also be recording the screen. What are we doing on the International Live Mate Talk? Essentially talking about perfumes. I want to connect with I want to connect with this community that's out there. You'll see that on the website, all the different time zones. I've tried to list as many as possible, see where you fit in. I'll be filming at 6 a.m. on the Monday, which will mean, in most cases, a Sunday night for most of you. There are some 3 a.m.s in there, so I'm not expecting the 3 a.m.s to show up. I'm just putting it out there. But there are some like 9 p.m.s and things like that, which I think is somewhat reasonable on a Sunday, which is pretty cool. What will happen on that live Mate Talk? Well, essentially, as I said, I would love for you to bring 2 perfumes to share with us. And you don't have to break down notes. You don't have to, it's not a review. It's more just, this is what I have. This is what I love. And then, honestly, I don't want too many rules in this thing. And I want all mics to be on. I know it's going to be a little bit rowdy, but I'm cool with that. I want to hear your voices, and I want to hear us sharing in an engaging way. It's going to get a little bit messy, but you know what? I don't really care either. I think I don't know, it's me again going back to that jazz. I want to see what happens. What happens when we put all of us together through this medium? What's going to happen? That's what I want to see. I mentioned earlier or in the last episode that I had some ideas that I wanted to put forward, and one of them was that I want to make it a little bit special, and I've reached out to 4 international guests and seeing if they would like to join us. So far, 2 have responded. They responded immediately, which was super awesome. The first person to respond is the amazing Mr. George Zaharoff. So George Zaharoff will be joining the live International Mate Talk from his end. He's in Chicago. He is a super busy man, and I mentioned to him that all that I'm really after is about 15 to 20 minutes. The idea is that he will be sharing some of the upcoming things that he's always doing something. Let me give you a heads up. So he's going to be sharing what news he's got. I also mentioned to him that it will be it's sort of an interactive sort of thing, so people can ask him questions. So if you have some questions for George, then I'm sure that he would love to flag it. He doesn't have a lot of time, so just be aware that 15 to 20 minutes is what he said he can actually participate in. In commemoration of Mr. Zaharoff joining us for International Mate Talk, I wanted to bring 2 fragrances that you can see that I go pretty hard on these particular fragrances. They are constant in my collection. Number 1 is Noir, so Zaharoff Noir. This one here, so the very first one that I came across, and I'm going to say most of you have too, is the Pour Homme. The Pour Homme has a very distinct lavender note that is it's different. And I remember the first time I smelled it, I was like, whoa, it's like lavender, boom, coming through. It settles down and it becomes this wonderfully aromatic, confident, masculine fragrance. So if you are a little bit unsure about that very prevalent lavender note that's in Pour Homme, then I would recommend to you Noir. Noir is this wonderfully smooth, spicy, herbal, aromatic. The lavender is still there, but it's now being weaved in amongst all those other notes. In particular, the spicy component of it. Shall I put it on? I was gonna say it's freaking. It's fabulous. It is a really, really impressive fragrance. As a masculine fragrance, if you like your sort of more wood-leaning, aromatic, more masculine sort of fragrances, this is definitely it. Second one that I absolutely love and I use a lot is Tobacco. This can now comfortably play both male and female. Ladies, this is definitely something that you would enjoy. Tobacco note, but done in such a delicate way. There's a honey note in there. For me, I pick up the honey. Even George was like, you can smell the honey? And I'm like, I smell the honey. There's a honey note in there. Admittedly, the tobacco is definitely center stage. So that tobacco is definitely a major player in Tobacco. it's a glorious scent. So these two here are my picks for Zaharoff. If you haven't had a chance to experience them yet, I'd recommend that you go give these guys a bit of a try. They're pretty awesome. One thing that I love about Zaharoff, the Zaharoff fragrances, you get exceptional value for money. These fragrances are complex. They do a lot of evolution. Good oils are represented here. I know that, for instance, with Noir, he does use Australian sandalwood, which is awesome oil, really well respected around the world. So the pricing on these, I'm telling you, you're getting exceptional value for money on really, really impressive fragrances. So if you're new to niche, I'd recommend either one of these two. Masculine leaning, this one is a lot more sort of unisex, and you can easily, you know, a man or woman, you can either way. All right, so the first special guest, Mr. George Zaharoff, he will be joining International Mate Talk. Second special guest is Carlos, who is, as you've heard me reference him before, as the mate sensei master. If you missed how he prepares his mate, have a look at this video here. So he will be joining us, and he's going to be talking. He is the perfume expert for PERRIS. Also, he's the international perfume expert for PERRIS Monte Carlo. I had a chance to meet with him when I was in Italy, when I was in Milan, and you know, bumped into him, and we had a chance to catch up. And one thing that he shared with me is how the PERRIS fragrances are beautiful for layering. So if you like to layer fragrances, then PERRIS, the PERRIS Monte Carlo range, are incredible for that very purpose. I did a review on patchouli for those who may have missed it. Here's the link. The patchouli nosy bee is, if you want a very realistic patchouli, all the facets of patchouli, the spiciness, that woodiness, the earthiness, the mustiness, patchouli nosy bee has all those components with an added extra of this cacao, bitter chocolate sort of vibe to it. If you're not too comfortable, like if you like parts of that patchouli note, then one thing that you can do in that layering process is add, in this case here, Arancia di Sicilia together, pure magic. So Arancia di Sicilia is one of my favorites within the Italian collection. It's a citrus note. So I'm wearing today both of them. So I've got patchouli on, and I've also got Arancia on. But on the hand, I just put earlier patchouli. The very distinct patchouli note is there. That mustiness is now coming to the dry down. And then you throw on top of that the Arancia. Just glorious. It's a very, in my opinion, a very realistic orange. It's like you're in an orange grove. The fragrance evolves beautifully. It starts off very juicy, very orange, and then it goes woody and has these other characteristics. But when you put these two together, the two of them just create a whole new nuance, a whole new fragrance. Spectacular. Anyway, Carlos will be joining us also. He has limited time, 15-20 minutes is what I've asked if he could share with us. And I've asked him to talk about the layering components. And that's so if you've got some questions about layering, want to get a better understanding, not only, and look, obviously he'll be sharing all things PERRIS Monte Carlo, but he'll be joining us, and he may even, we'll see how much time we have, he may even show us how to prepare a proper mate, unlike this guy over here who does a terrible job. That's it. That's it. It's so exciting. I'm super excited about the International Mate Talk that's about to happen. There's a lot of work that's going behind the scenes to make it hopefully a grand success. As a recap, make sure you send me your video. Send me your video, you'll go into the draw to win one of these bougie mate holders. It will come, so just so you know, I will make sure that it has a bombilla, so the straw, and I'll also make sure that it has some mate. So I'll include some yerba mate in that so that you can have your first mate experience with your own personal International Mate Talk 2022 bougie cup. Boom, baby. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Guys, we'll see you all on the next episode. Or should I say the next Mate Talk? Man, I killed that close.